Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. It's time for Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Now let's have some fun. Here is your host, Johnny Radio.
Yo. Welcome into a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. I got Jay Morgan Harder back at the house because I'm out here at Cherokee, baby. You know what's going on at Cherokee Valley Golf Club? It is the 17th annual state qualifying golf scramble, and all the proceeds support the FCA in Northwest Mississippi. We got a little scramble action going on this morning, got a little scramble action this afternoon. We're going to have some speakers. We have all kinds of wonderful things going on at 4 o'clock. They have the big green Ed drawing. And, again, all these proceeds, everything goes out there to take care of the FCA Fellowship of Christian Athletes. This is the Northwest Mississippi chapter. So we're going to have a lot of fun on a beautiful Monday out here. I'm going to play a little golf later on this afternoon. We had college football is back. I'm fired up to talk a little bit of college football, of course. It's going to be absolutely wild. Sam Hartman looked good at Notre Dame. They can run the football. Navy looks pathetic. My goodness. Ohio loses Rourke, and their offense goes to complete trash. San Diego State holds on and gets a 2013 win. If Rourke doesn't get hurt, my goodness, Ohio absolutely smokes them. USC, Caleb Williams does Caleb Williams things, and Vanderbilt, my goodness, they just held on to survive against Hawaii. Clark Lee, what a difference a year makes. I mean, Timmy Chang's offense for Hawaii actually looked pretty good. We're going to talk all things college football. I think my good buddy Jake Crane's going to join us here in just 1 second. Of course, you know Jake Crane from Crane & Company, the J-Boy. Hopefully you follow him on Twitter. It's the way to start your morning. It's the way to sit down and work out with your afternoon. Everything that Jake does is it's funny, and it's very, very, very on point. My man don't play no games. Mr. Jay Morgan, I got a little Jake with me.
Oh, yeah, man. I'm here, baby. It's football season. Let's get it.
Let's get it, man. Well, I got to start off with one thing, and this is going to sound crazy because this is what bothered me more than anything this weekend. Curtis Rourke, Ohio. This is a team that I was high on. I wanted to bet on him. But Rourke is fragile. I mean, when this guy is playing, he has a hose. He can throw the football all over the place. But Harris, when he replaces him, the guy's a turnover machine. He makes bad decisions. Are you shocked in basically how that game went? In the first game back for Rourke, he was knocked out in the very first half. Is he just got a glass jaw or what?
Yeah, man, it's kind of an awkward play that he went out on, but injuries have been a problem with him. And, I did think Harris did a pretty decent job when he came in. Obviously, the offense is a little bit different. That game was always going to be a smash-mouth, low-scoring game. I took the under at 49. It was basically like stealing. But, it's something where if you're Ohio, it's early in the year. Your non-conference is brutal. It always comes down to conference play for those teams, so I can understand them taking precautions with them. What's crazy is I couldn't tell. It looked like at first it was a knee or an ankle, but then I started hearing reports that may have been concussion symptoms. But either way, it's a tough break for Ohio. I don't really know how good San Diego State is. Maybe kind of let me down from a passing game standpoint. I thought he'd be a little bit further along. It is only the first game, but yeah, I mean, at some point, he's got to be able to stay healthy for them to operate at full speed.
Yeah, Jalen Maiden did not look good if he wanted to be a quarterback personally for me again. Ohio 13, San Diego State 20, in which was, to be honest with you, it was pretty much a snooze fest. Not a lot of scoring, but when Rourke went out, I thought for sure I had that game, and then Rourke got hurt, and then I knew I had lost my money. Got to go over here to Vanderbilt. Clark Lee has been the talk. He was wonderful at SEC Media Days. A lot of people believe in this Vandy squad. Last year they were good, really, really good for a Vanderbilt squad. Look to be much improved this year. It seemed like Timmy Chang, though, is taking Hawaii farther along in the last season and in the offseason than Clark Lee and Vanderbilt. How worried about Vanderbilt after Hawaii almost snuck up and stole one?
Well, I don't want to take anything from Hawaii. They are better. They got a few kids at receiver that I think are really talented. That Ashcroft kid from Texas is a really good player. But I picked Hawaii, and I think all three of us picked Hawaii to go over in conference play this year. And after watching the first week, I couldn't be more confident in that pick. And a lot of it has to do with the offensive line. I mean, Hawaii, who has gotten better on the defensive front seven, they're not nearly what Vanderbilt is going to see. And Vanderbilt couldn't run the ball. Not only that, I mean, A.J. Swan was having to move around in the pocket a lot more than he should have been. Vanderbilt rushed for 44 yards, outrushed a run-and-shoot team that's dysfunctional on the offensive line by 40 yards. And I like A.J. Swan. The kid has good potential, but he's not going to be able to throw him to wins, and they have to have some semblance of balance on offense. And after watching their lack of ability to just dominate Hawaii up front, they're in trouble when it comes to SEC play. And I think this could be a year where Vanderbilt kind of falls back to reality after they snuck around and won a couple games they shouldn't have last year. I think there's a lot of concerns about Vanderbilt up front. Will Shepard's a great player, but outside of that, they really don't have anybody that scares you. And if they're not going to be able to run the ball, it's going to be a long year once again in Nashville.
Man, I was just completely blown away about how this game. I was very grateful because I had the over 55.5. That got there, but I thought Vanderbilt was going to put up 42.
If they don't run a kickback and DeRicky Wright just doesn't go insane that whole game, including making probably the best catch of the game as a defender on that double clutch corner ball, then Vanderbilt probably loses that game. And that, again, Hawaii was playing for more than themselves with what happened over there was just awful and tragic. But at the end of the day, Vanderbilt's lack of ability to line up and be able to – I'm not saying they had to run for 500 yards or look like Notre Dame did against Navy, but they were getting stuffed like the crust of a DiGiorno pizza the whole game.
It was ridiculous. I couldn't believe when you see them going forward on a 3rd and 1 and they're throwing a fade route down the side with Swanson. They can't do anything on the ground. Also, that stadium, I know they're in the middle of a $300 million renovation, but did you see the scoreboard in one of the end zones?
Oh, yeah, look, nothing ever surprises me with Vanderbilt. I mean, I could sit here and find a lot of stuff to make fun of, but maybe they should take about $10 million of that and maybe cut a few seats down and go get some offensive linemen.
Maybe, yeah. It'd be better money spent. Now, I got to start off with the Notre Dame. Marcus Freeman, year number 2. They bring over Sam Hartman. Boy, was I wrong. I thought it was the claw fence that really made Sam Hartman who he was. And even more of a pro set style of playing football. Sam Hartman was making good decisions, delivering very, very catchable balls. Notre Dame was running, playing defense. This Notre Dame team and Marcus Freeman, they looked pretty good, or is it just Navy is really that bad?
Well, I let off the show with it today. I think two things can be true at once. And look, Sam Hartman, I mean, I'd trust that guy to run an offense and handle my portfolio and my 401k if it came down to it. But, on one hand, Notre Dame was better than Navy at pretty much every position. They should have been able to dominate that game. But when you look at the way the game went, they were balanced offensively. They were able to run the zone scheme. They were able to run the gap scheme. They were able to convert on 3rd down. The first-team offense scored on every single drive. They didn't have a lot of procedural penalties. They were solid in the kicking game, and they looked really organized. It looked like a team that early in the year knows who they are. Now, they got to play USC. They got to play NC State. They got to play Duke. They got to play Ohio State. They got to play Clemson. We're going to find out, and there's questions, I think, about the skill position on the outside. I love Estime. He's got to hold onto the ball. He had fumbling problems last year. But I think Notre Dame, on one hand, looks really, really good. I think they gave you a reason to believe. But on the other hand, we have to realize that they were dominant at every position, and it's not going to be like that during the season. They had a little bit of trouble early settling in against that triple option, which everybody does. That's why the Navy and Army and Air Force and the military schools run it. But I do think on the offensive line from a depth standpoint and in that front seven, Notre Dame can run with just about anybody.
When they they got a couple more easy games. They got Tennessee State, they have NC State, Central Michigan. Then they have Ohio State coming into South Bend late in September. How after seeing Notre Dame, and no, we haven't seen Ohio State, does that give you a lot of confidence that they could either sneak up and get Ohio State at home or possibly get USC when they play at the Crib?
Well, I think Notre Dame beats both of them. That's what I predicted. I think Notre Dame goes 11-1 and still misses the playoff with the predictions I had. And that's not saying Ohio State isn't going to be really good, but when I look at Ohio State, you're playing that game at Notre Dame. It's earlier in the year when you're going to have a quarterback. And listen, I don't want to disrespect Tom Allen in Indiana, but I don't think Indiana has the cats to be able to put up a 4-quarter fight against Ohio State. It may be ugly early. They may be able to hang around, but science is science, physics is physics. I do think Notre Dame will be able to compete up front with Ohio State, and it's going to come down to quarterback play, I think, in that game. And I trust Sam Hartman. We don't even know who the starting quarterback is at Ohio State right now. So it could be Devin Brown. So you're going to put a young guy out there, if it is Devin Brown, who doesn't have a lot of experience, and that being his first true test on the road at a place where Notre Dame should be top 10 by then. It's going to be crazy. They're going to have leprechauns running around and all 4-leaf clovers and all type of stuff. So I like Notre Dame to win that game. And, again, I know that may sound crazy without seeing Ohio State, but from what I know, I'll take the Fighting Irish right now.
Yeah, I like what I saw. And, again, Sam Hartman looked really good in that offense. Now, this was absolute insanity to me. Jacksonville State, what a big win. But is UTEP's coaching staff right now, can they even watch the game field? That was one of the worst called football games by a coaching staff I've seen in a long time.
Well, like the thing is that I need you to it's like Michael Scott. Like, explain it to me like I'm 5. Okay, now explain it to me like I'm 3. I don't understand when you've been able to run the ball the way that UTEP was running the ball, the time left on the clock, it's 3rd and 1, and you throw a fade, and then you throw it again on 4th and 1 when you've got that tank in the backfield that you've been running and been able to get 2 to 3 yards a pop at least each time. You have one of the best offensive lines in Conference USA. And look, Hardison's a decent quarterback, but I'm not going to put it in his hands on 3rd and 1. If it was 3rd and 9, right, or 3rd and 5, I still would have ran the ball. I don't think there's an excuse. I think Dana Dimel and them panicked, but I tell you what, Rich Rod panicked a little bit too. Why in the hell would you take out your running quarterback, which that's who Webb really is, to put in the backup quarterback to run the ball late in the game? Jacksonville State tried to give it to UTEP, and UTEP just spit it back out and gave it right back to them. So I thought the coaching at the end was horrific, but UTEP's was just worse.
Yeah, it really was. Now, I can't believe I'm actually going to talk about this game, but I kind of got into it. Hank Bachmeier's been throwing the ball over the yard, especially with boys. He transfers over to the play with Sonny. They're going to throw the ball all over the yard. And FIU, I thought, had one of the worst secondaries in football last year. Of course, they still threw the ball for 333 yards. My man was 34 for 44. But they barely snuck away and beat FIU 22-17. I thought the offense struggled. They put drives together, and then they always stumbled. Is FIU improved? Is La Tech in a little trouble this year?
I think it's a little bit of both. FIU played it pretty safe on defense. They kept everything in front and said, you're going to have to prove to us that you can score without it being an explosive play from 25 yards out. And Louisiana Tech, and look, Bachmeier coming in, we know what he did at Boise State and his experienced guy, but I thought the game plan from FIU was really good. They gave themselves a chance. La Tech was able to pull it out in the end, but I think La Tech will adjust now that they've seen it. They've got it on tape, and sometimes you just got to survive games. That's what it's about. We see this all the time. We see it with the big dogs, right? Sometimes, like Georgia and Missouri last year. I mean, even Kent State up to a certain extent. Sometimes you just get out game planned and guys punch above their weight, but eventually gravity takes over, and it did. You had to escape that game with a win. There's a reason I didn't bet that game other than taking Louisiana Tech money line in a parlay, which was a safe bet. And if New Mexico State would have just showed up and played against UMass and didn't take them for granted the way they did early and then say, oh, no, we got to start playing good. And the fact they didn't leave Stowers in after he came in and led a touchdown drive and had him moving on the second drive absolutely blows my mind. I didn't think Jerry Kill would make that bad a decision. But now sometimes you just got to survive it.
Man, by the way, speaking of surviving, FIU's going to have to survive with probably one of the worst quarterbacks I've ever seen play college football, Grayson James. I hate to be just that rude. My man was 5 for 14 for 4 yards, and they still almost won the game. Like, damn, dude. Yeah. Could you imagine if you threw for 10 yards?
That's one of those guys that you watch and you get worse.
I swear to you, I was like, is he really playing quarterback in college? It's absolutely nuts. Now, Thursday, I'm so excited for. I've been watching this line go up and down and up and down, and I'm talking about Florida and Utah. Thursday, 7 o'clock on ESPN. Currently, right now, Utah is a 6.5-point favorite. Again, this line's been fluctuating. Has a lot to do with Cam Rising. Do you think he plays Thursday night?
Oh, my goodness. It's I don't know. Like Kyle Whittingham and then don't do injury updates, which I wouldn't either. So who knows? This is a game, though, that even if he doesn't – see, here's the problem. If Cam Rising doesn't play, their backup quarterback got hurt during the scrimmage and had to get taken to the hospital. So it's going to be their third-string guy who did ball out against Ohio State late in the Rose Bowl. So, I mean, it's not like he doesn't have any experience. But when it comes to that spread – and they're playing on a Thursday, like typically you'd find out or at least have an idea on Thursday or Friday if Cam Rising's playing. Since they're playing on Thursday, I don't know if we're going to know, which means I don't want to bet it. But here's the thing. The over-under's at what, 45.5 right now? I don't know if Florida can score more than 13 points against Utah. So if that's the case and we have that clock change and Utah –
I'm thinking under.
Yeah, with a backup quarterback, that probably means they're going to play it safer, which means they're going to run it more, which means they're going to try and play keep away with the ball to shorten the game. So it just smells like a 24-14 game, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I like that. Thank you. I've been looking at that damn side, and now that you think about the total, that's the one that makes sense. Now, nothing makes sense with the Pac-12. What it's going to look like next year is going to be completely demolished. Their swan song is going to be pretty nice. I have no idea. Like, I look at this conference, you got Bo Nix and the Ducks. I think Dan Lanning's a hell of a coach. What he did when he was at Georgia. I think he's going to get them going the right directions. Everybody talks about Caleb Williams and USC and Lincoln Riley, even though I don't think the defense is great. Michael Penix Jr.'s got wide receivers out the wazoo. Washington looks nasty. Utah was one of the last 2 seasons. The Beavers. I mean, the pack looks brutal. Who you got coming out?
I got Oregon coming out. I got Oregon beating USC during the regular season and then beating them again in the conference championship game. I just like their physicality, and I can't trust USC's defense. I just can't do it. I'm not going to do it. And after watching the San Jose State game, me and the 13 other people that have Fubo TV, it looks like every team that Lincoln Riley has ever had with Alex Grinch. Elite on offense. Zachariah Branch, 100% witch. If he was born in Salem in the 1600s, they'd have burned him the minute they saw him. Obviously, Marshawn Lloyd coming over from South Carolina. Don't even get me started on Dorian Singer and just the rest of the Globetrotters they got running around on offense. But defensively, you give up 80 rushing yards to San Jose State in the first quarter. And look, San Jose State's a proud program. I'm not on here trying to clown San Jose State. But name me the last time a cute team won the national championship. It doesn't happen. You win it. You don't have to be elite on both sides of the ball. You need to be elite on one side of the ball and good on the other. USC finished 94th in the country last year in total defense, and yeah, they upgraded at some spots, but they can't even line up right.
Yeah, defense has not been a strong suit, it seems like, when Lincoln's been the head guy. Now, we got some really good games coming up on September 3rd, which is a Sunday. You have LSU, Florida State. On that Saturday, North Carolina, South Carolina, both lines. LSU's a 2.5-point favorite over Florida State. You have North Carolina's a 2.5-point favorite over South Carolina. Which game are you more interested in?
God, well, I'm interested in both of them, and I think they're both pick-ems, even though I'm leaning North Carolina. But how do I not take the over in the North Carolina-South Carolina game at 64.5? I mean, South Carolina's front seven on defense is probably going to be one of the worst in the SEC. And North Carolina, while I'm sure they've gotten better, aren't exactly the steel curtain in their front seven either. And we know what quarterbacks we have. I still think South Carolina has some pretty good answers at the skill position. We know North Carolina does, even though what they're doing, what the NCAA is doing to Tez Walker is just absolutely disgusting. I'm just waiting to see the NCAA come pedaling in on a tricycle with a saw mask on, because these guys are just sick when it comes down to it. But I like the overs in both of them. That LSU Florida State game, man. I mean, I'm walking around like they're gonna have to send me to Scudder Island before Sunday, because I can't make my mind up.
Damn. I'm getting fired up for football. You know, we're talking with the J-Boy, Jake Crane from Crane & Company with Blaine and David. They tear things up. You need to check it out. I think it's the best show around. What do you got coming down the pipe this week?
Man, well, we recapped week 0, which is the worst term ever, but don't even get me started on that. Today, we got Tim Brando coming on tomorrow. Me and him disagree about Texas this year. Probably not going to want to miss that. We're previewing everything. We have live calls, a live chat. We go in the morning from 7:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern. It stays on YouTube all day. Daily Wire Plus. We're on, audio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that jazz. But if you got any time today, all right, and you like a good old American entrepreneur, head over to YouTube, type in Crane & Company, CRAIN and Company, hit that subscribe button. We're like 1,400 subs away from 100,000, and I want to get there before Saturday if it's the last thing that I do, Johnny Radio.
Hey, we're going to get it there. We're going to get it there this week. In fact, let's get there today. And the other thing I wanted to ask you, though, if I remember correctly, because, of course, I like to get up every morning and put you on. The other show's just straight up BS. I put you on YouTube on my television. I do my prep. And, of course, I'll be stealing a little bit of your genius every once in a while. But
no,
I remember
it's an RPO, man. Sometimes you got to pull it. Sometimes you got to give it. Sometimes you got to throw it. You know what I'm saying? I believe in it.
But if I remember, you got Tim Brando coming on. You said y'all were going to talk a little Texas. If I remember correctly, you're high on Texas this year, aren't you?
Man, I got them going undefeated, including beating Texas Tech in the Big 12 championship game. Yeah, that's right. I said it. I'm not a trends guy. They're built for fashion and food. All right, this is football. Every year is different. Every circumstance is different. You got a grown-up offensive line, could be top 5 in the country. You returned 5 out of your top 6 pass catchers. You added A.D. Mitchell from Georgia. Yeah, you lost Bijan Robinson. They got a couple really good young backs, including Keelan Robinson I'm excited about. Quinn Ewers, I'm very high on him this year. If he can stay healthy, I believe in it. The mullet's gone. The focus is not. They got a good tight end, and that defense, what they did in the transfer portal, I think this could be a top 30, top 35 defense, and that's all you need in the Big 12. So sign me up. I think Sark puts the puzzle pieces together, puts the science and the math together, and figures it out.
Man, make sure you follow at Crane & Company. Don't forget to follow Jake at JakeCrane_. Heck, you got 44,000 followers on Twitter, almost $100,000 people on the YouTube. He's tearing it up, and he joins me every Monday. I appreciate it so much. Enjoy the football, my brother.
Hey, you too. And my bet, can I give my best bet of the weekend?
Please. Oh, I bet. Yes, I'm ready for the best bet.
I would literally, if you have any extra change hanging around and you're a degenerate like me, I would go put I got UMass plus 37.5 at Auburn. It's already down to plus 36.5. I'd jump all over that like a fat kid at a Jolly Rancher factory.
He's Jake Crane. Let's take UMass plus the 36.5. Let's fatten our pocket and make sure you check him out on the YouTube. Be blessed, my brother.
Hey, you too. I'll holler at you next week.
That's Jake Crane. We're out here at Cherokee Valley Golf Club over here in North Mississippi, and we are out here because we are at the 17th annual Golf Scramble, the state qualifying golf scramble. It's all the proceeds go to the FCA in the Northwest Mississippi chapter. I'm telling you right now, the golf course looks beautiful. I can't wait to get out on the course today, and I always love doing something positive for Fellowship of Christian Athletes. We're going to take a quick timeout. On the other side, we do not have Terry Davis. Terry Davis is meeting with Coach Silverfield. He had a few
that's
few
right,
meetings
that
and stuff.
Press conference going on.
Yeah, that little weird press conference, like the president's going to be there. What are they doing, a pep rally? Or are they going to actually talk about, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But we're going to find out at noon because Terry Davis is going to join us at 12 o'clock. But on the other side, it's time for me and J-Mo to talk a little bit about what's going down in baseball. I can't believe this. Did you see the Seattle Mariners have taken over the West?
Yeah, they're surging, John.
Oh, this has been wild. It was a wild, wacky weekend, and we had a Yankees, at least act like they were upset. Randy Arozarena was really upset. We'll talk baseball, we'll talk football, and so much more. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
One of the most infamous and controversial bands in the world. Wasp, the 40th Never Stops World Tour with special guest, Armored Saint. Wasp live. September 7th, Graceland Live. Tickets are on sale now at waspnation.com. Wasp, feel the sting.
Homer Skelton Hyundai Genesis in Olive Branch has an offer you can't refuse. They will pay you to do business with them if you want luxury. And I'm talking the Genesis G70 car. If you would love to have that kind of new technology, they will give you a $1,000 rebate when you finance with Genesis Motor Finance. In other words, they'll pay you $1,000 to do business with them, and you get brand new luxury. You can't beat it. That's Homer Skelton Hyundai Genesis, right at the corner of Craft Road and Highway 78 in Olive Branch. Homer Skelton Hyundai Genesis in Olive Branch, where customer retention is amazing. There's a reason. They take care of you with a team that's been together for a long time. Whether it's finance or whether it's service, you can't beat them. Homer Skelton Hyundai Genesis.
Like any good agent, we're here for the open house, for the closing, for handing over keys. But because we're realtors, we're here for so much more. Agents who are realtors volunteer at nearly 3 times the national average. We're working to broaden access to credit, increase affordable housing supply, and ensure fair housing for all. And realtors are bound by a code of ethics. We're here for it all. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Attention, everyone. Family Leisure needs your help clearing out their inventory. Let me say that again. Family Leisure is needing your help to clear out their inventory. And to do so, there are tons of great deals throughout the store. For example, all do-it-yourself pools are $1,000 off. Special 24-foot round pools for less than $2,000. Select play gyms, only $18.99. Hey, if you need patio furniture, they have patio furniture that's now up to 30% off. Spas are in stock. They're up to $1,200 off. Now listen up, because I'm only going to say this once. 24 months, same as cash financing, is now available through this sale. Family Leisure needs your help clearing out their inventory, so come and do your part at Family Leisure. Whitten Road and I-40, where family and fun come together.
Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company, we have it all. From handmade Amish leather belts, fine and casual clothing, boots, casual boots, work boots, fancy boots, and even safety-toed boots. Lots of cowboy hats to choose from, even Nebo lights, good-looking duck head dress shirts, duck head caps, shorts, and pants. Tons of jeans from Ariat, Wrangler, Devil Dog, and Kimes Ranch jeans. At Hewlett & Dunn, we have a great selection of Old South t-shirts and caps. Fine clothing from dress to casual to Sunday best. Enjoy choosing from UFO's orthopedic-approved shoes. Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company. Boots of every size, every color, every skin. Great quality Western, work, and safety toe boots. Hewlett & Dunn Boots and Clothing Company. 111 North Center Street, Collierville. Hewlett & Dunn. Hewlett & Dunn, serving you and your family since 1961.
All the wisdom of the universe is in these bones.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio, hanging out with Jay Morgan. Not really hanging out with him because I'm out here at Cherokee Valley Golf Club. My poor guy's back at the studio. Jay, I'm sorry that you're back out at the studio. I'm out here at this beautiful golf course again, Cherokee Valley Golf Club. It's looking beautiful. They're about to go out there for the little first rounds. The morning shotgun starts actually already started. I'm going out at 1:30 to play a little golf, and again, all the proceeds support the FCA in Northwest Mississippi. But we are about to talk a little bit of baseball because baseball, October is going to be here before you know it, and the races are looking pretty wild. But first, I got to tell you about Hotsy. Hotsy Pressure Washers and Detail Supplies of Memphis. They take it all off. They're the number one cleaning and equipment provider, period. Big or small, they clean it all. Hotsy has the solution, from hot water and cold water pressure washers to industrial soaps and detail supplies. Hotsy has you and all of our Sports 56 fans covered, because you're going to get 20% off all detail products. Don't miss out on this amazing deal. Give them a call at 901-379-0550. That's 901-379-0550. Call Hotsy today or visit their showroom. It's conveniently located at Austin P and I-40. Jay Morgan, my goodness. I know I'm a big De La Cruz guy, right?
Oh, yeah.
I love me some Ellie De La Cruz. And you're a big Corbin Carroll guy. By the way, both guys are pretty damn awesome. Let's just be honest with you. Corbin Carroll, 40 stolen bases, 20 home runs this year?
Oh, yeah.
Just absolutely nasty. Almost got a Little League in the park home run in one of the wildest weekend series. If you watched the Arizona Diamondbacks and Cincinnati Reds, you saw some crazy stuff in baseball. You saw Corbin Carroll almost get an inside-the-park home run, but Ellie De La Cruz threw a 100-mile-an-hour ball perfectly to home plate to cut down Carroll. And, again, Carroll's got 40 stolen bases. He's got over 20 home runs. In fact, before Ronald Acuna Jr. and Corbin Carroll this season, I can't even think of the last guys that have had 40 stolen bases and 20-plus home runs. Two guys are doing it right now. Very, very impressive. But did you see how the Reds in the Arizona Diamondbacks series went? I mean, was that crazy baseball for you or what?
The only thing I saw was yesterday's game, where you said Corbin Carroll got that stolen base. That's the only game I saw out of the three. What happened in the other two games?
Oh, did you see the one that went to 12 innings?
No.
And this poor kid lost the game on a runner on third base, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and he never came set, so he got a balk, so the runner scored from third base. Ball game over.
Wow.
Yes. It was one of the craziest, wildest baseball games I've seen in a long time. And I was very blessed because I had the Reds. So when they were able to win, I was grateful, because the Diamondbacks and the Reds the Reds should have won that game like 3 different times. Early in like the 10th inning in extras, first and second, Taylor made double play to end the game. They're going to win. Goes right through the second baseman's glove. Nobody. It was a wild baseball. It's been just a wild baseball week. But we also got to get into how in the hell are the Brewers doing what they're doing right now? Do you know they're on an 8-game win streak?
Yeah, burner, John.
They have a huge series. You know who they're playing?
Who are they playing?
The Cubbies, baby.
Wow, division series coming up.
First and second in the West right now. They can completely take control of this bad boy, or they can hope and pray that something happens. But man, it's just absolutely wild when you think about the Brewers again winning 8 straight. They're taking over the division. It's been interesting when it comes to baseball. And then how in the heck is Julio Rodriguez the hottest hitter in baseball right now?
I think he might be. And who did they play this weekend? Who was the series against? It was the Royals. And going into yesterday's game, Julio Rodriguez was hitting 500 in his career against the Royals.
And wait, he took it above 500 because
that's right. And then he hit a bomb.
Yeah, he went above 500, hitting a bomb in his first AB.
That's
it's just crazy what he's been doing. You got to give the man just some serious mad credits, mad props. But yeah, everything's been pretty wild when it comes to a little this.
Yeah, the Mariners
and a little
9-1 in their last 10, and they've rattled off 3 in a row. Again, that's against the Royals. And you think it's harder next, John? Nope, they play the A's coming up, starting today.
Those A's, man.
The old Oakland Athletics.
That's a bad ball club. Did you see the White Sox and Athletics? The sad thing that happened at when a couple of ladies got shot at the ballpark.
Yeah, when did that happen? Thursday, Friday, something like that?
I think it was Friday.
Yeah.
That's
sad.
Unbelievable. That is very, very, very sad. But some big series going on.
Second shooting in as many years too, right? Because last year there was that one outside of the Nationals ballpark in Washington.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about that.
And that one caused a little more hysteria, right? They well, I guess people died in this one, and no one died in the other one, but I just remember the mass hysteria during the game. Whereas in the White Sox game, the game continued, right?
Yes, it did. I believe it actually came from outside the stadium. The shots.
Right.
So, but anyway, that's horrible stuff. Back into a little bit again. The Brewers have won 8 straight games. They're playing out of control. They get the Cubs. They got a series starting today in Chicago. The Cubs are now 4 back in the Central behind the Brewers. The Brewers could really take control of that division. But don't forget, the Cubs, man, are still right there. They're right now holding a playoff spot. You got Philadelphia, Chicago, and Arizona, who are holding the 3 spots in the National League. San Francisco, who beat the Braves last night, and their bats, who have been completely dormant, woke up yesterday, and they were hitting the ball all over the damn yard. San Francisco's 1.5 games back from Arizona. You have Cincinnati also 1.5 games back. Your Miami Marlins, I'm sorry, buddy, 3-7 in their last 10. They're now 3 games back in the wild card. They just can't get things going. And that Padres team is trash.
I've got a crazy stat for you, John, though, about the Marlins.
I like crazy stats.
It's pretty crazy. Hang on, give me a second here. Here it is. Jorge Soler, who is a Marlin, hit 35 home runs this year. He 35 home runs with only 70 RBIs. But incredible that he hit 35 bombs. That's awesome. But only 70 RBIs to go with that.
Pretty amazing.
It says a lot about the way he plays baseball, John.
Sure does. It really does. Also, though, we talked about the National League and what's going on there in the playoff picture. Over at Baltimore, they got a little bit of issue. You saw what happened to their awesome closer. Did I absolutely jinx Felix Bautista?
Yeah, very much so, John. What did you call him that day?
I said right now I think he actually should be considered for the Cy Young in the American League.
That's right.
He's a closer.
That's right.
His ERA was .88 at that time.
But that's going around right now too. Didn't Aroldis Chapman blow a save for the Rangers?
Dude, Texas. Will Smith and Aroldis Chapman are blowing saves like it's going out of style. That's like their new job. Remember, also, I jinxed them because, remember, I was like, Texas, everybody knows they can hit the ball and score, but now they got Will Smith and Aroldis Chapman back there taking care of business. Aroldis Chapman basically blew the game with his mind because he threw over to first base 3 times, getting my little man to second base, and the next play, base hit, they tie the ball game up, scoring from second base.
Yeah, that was crazy. The pickoff, that was insane. Mm-hmm. And he baited him. He baited the hell out of him to do it, too. Oh, man. He was jumping and scooting towards second, and then he finally just picked off over there. I think that's the first time I have seen that happen.
Sorry, I just choked, Jay.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, somebody gave me something, and I was like, sure, you were talking, and I took a bite, and I tried to swallow it really quick, and it didn't go down very well.
Oh, so, down the wrong pipe.
That's why I should never eat when I'm trying to talk on the radio. Damn, that hurt, but thank you very, very much. Man, I don't even know where I was. Back to a little bit of baseball, though. I wanted to bring up Tampa Bay, who's playing good ball right now. Ever since Wander Franco has left the team, they've been playing much better. We knew the whole rumors that nobody liked him, that he was arrogant, that he didn't hustle, he didn't do the things. Now, is he immensely talented? Yes. But again, I guess they also probably knew that he was, hanging out with 14-year-old girls. But Tampa Bay has seemed to have found themselves.
They were scrapping yesterday, John.
And, man, they were ready to beat up all the Yankees. Randy Arozarena, after he got hit and the bench is clear and then he got on first.
They kept throwing inside, though. They really did.
They did.
I'll give it to them. They kept throwing inside.
They did. But that Yankees team, man, how bad is that Yankees team?
That's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's
and you know what? That's a great point, John. Because also Aaron Boone kept getting fired up. They stink. Quit getting fired up, man. Just relax and play baseball. What are we defending your players for? What is this? You're in last place. Sometimes when you're in last place, you have to act like a last place team, John. And that's what the Yankees are not doing right now. They're taking their frustrations of being terrible out on a divisional opponent for absolutely no reason. It's ridiculous.
How worried are you about this Baltimore team and the fact that Bautista probably? I mean, we don't have a team. He's on the 15-day IL. We don't have a timetable. We don't know if he's going to return this year at all. Could that be, the death nail for the Baltimore Orioles when it comes to the postseason and actually making a big run?
Yeah, I mean, that's certainly the weakness. Kind of like the Braves, though, right? Where we really trust the bat. I mean, not the same as the Braves. The Braves are a lot better than the Orioles. But where we
Crazy, though. Did you know that the Braves right now, do you know who actually has the second best by, of course, the advanced metrics bullpen in baseball? Did you know that was the Braves?
Is it the Braves?
I can't believe it. They've had one of the best stretches since the All-Star break. They've been flat out unhittable, and they're striking out more hitters. They've been throwing more swing and miss stuff than anybody in baseball, which is crazy to me.
I can believe it, but also, John, this is one of those things you got to throw the numbers out on. You look at this roster, you look at the back of the bullpen, and if if there is a weakness, that's it, right? Because it's certainly not the bats. I mean, it can't be that. And I don't think it's the starting pitching. We're talking about how many horses they have as arms, like the first three guys for the Braves. So it has to be the back of the bullpen, has to be the weakness for the Braves. It can't be nothing else. So that's what I would say. You got to throw the numbers out there, right?
This is going to blow your mind. Who's given up the fewest runs in the National League?
Would it be the Braves?
Yep. Who scored the most runs in all of baseball?
Would that be the Braves?
That would be the Braves. Their differential is plus 219.
But they're also pitching with the big league. That's got to be a factor. I mean, when you come in there with a cushy lead, that's got to be a factor in all of this.
Listen,
that the metrics don't take into account.
Again, I want you to think about what I just said. First place, Milwaukee, their run differential is plus 19. The Braves is plus 219.
And that the runs allowed is not all on the relievers either. The starters,
no, it's
they
not.
have some
it's
horses.
not.
They got some horses for starters.
Well, yeah, they have. They've also had to deal with tons of energy this year. They had to Elder,
a revolving
Freed
door
down.
fifth spot. Absolutely.
It's been insane, but the Braves just keep doing it again. Yes, of course, they lost yesterday to San Francisco out, the West Coast. But yesterday, Schuster was absolutely awful.
But 7 of 10 they've won, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, 7 of their last 10 they've won. Again, also have to bring up the Dodgers. Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman. Who's doing better? Freddie Freeman hit his 50th damn double yesterday to lead all hitters in baseball. And I'm sure you saw Mookie hit his 35th home run. These two guys are absolutely, killing it. And the Dodgers, won yesterday, 7-3 also in their last 10. And they got 80 wins on the season. I mean, this Dodgers team, who you look at them and where is their big weakness? Don't you think it's their pitching staff, their bullpen, plus their starters? Yet they just keep scoring and scoring and scoring and playing damn good defense.
Yeah, no, sir. It's certainly, like you just said, it's certainly not the bats. It's certainly not the defense. It would have to be. It would have to be that. How about this, too? You talked about how good Mookie and Freddie are doing. I've already shipped the MVP to Ronald Acuna, so he's won it. But don't you think the next three guys on your voting list would be Mookie, Freddie Freeman, and Matt Olson? So 4 guys from
from two teams.
From 2 teams.
By the way, Matt Olson yesterday hit a line drive. I mean, it was an absolute missile. It was just a double off the wall. But damn, man, talk about picking a bad year to say, you got to move him. He strikes out too damn much.
Yeah, I mean, he does strike out a lot, though. He does strike out too much, to your point.
But he's leading, the National League in home runs.
No, he sure is.
He is an RBI.
And RBI. Over 100.
Yeah, so Yeah.
I believe the only
we've
person in baseball with over 100 RBI.
Oh, man, baseball, it is that time. One other thing I did want to mention, did you hear about the big, gigantic kid for California in the Little League World Series?
Yeah, I've been meaning to talk to you about that, John. There is no way that kid is of age. I'm telling you right now. He looked like Aaron Judge
like
out
he's
there.
18 years old.
Yeah, no chance.
What, he's 6'1", like $190 or 200 pounds, and he's supposed to be 12 years old. If this guy's legitimately 12, I can't wait to see what he's going to look like by the time he's 18.
At noon, Joe, we have to take a break right now. At noon, I wanted to talk to you because you're very humble. You were a proficient baseball player, so you played at some high-level youth levels as you worked your way up, all the way up as you were growing up and everything. And I want to ask you some questions at noon about if you ever encountered anybody like this and some stories you might have of some of your escapades as a youth baseball player.
All right, that sounds like a little fun. Don't forget, we got Hardwood because it feels so good. We got Terry Davis joining us today at 12 o'clock to talk about what's going on at the University of Memphis. A little meeting action going on. Football is back, baby. Did you watch any of your favorite team, the Houston Texans? Because on the other side, I got to talk a little bit about the National Football League. So do me a favor, everybody. Don't you dare touch the dial. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
We are real sports talk. Sports 56 WHBQ. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM and 98.5 FM, as well as around the world online at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, just say, Alexa, play Sports 56. Wherever you are, stay tuned in to Real Sports Talk. Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Hey everybody, a little summer drive adventure is all yours in one of these hot new All-Star Chevys. And Olive Branch is where all the Chevys are. Silverados for sure. And they have financing down as low as 1.9 on most of the new Silverados, and your good credit deserves it. It really does. Trail Boss, High Country, and you can see Kevin or Jeff to order any custom Silverado or any new Chevy you want. Drive one of these Tahoes or Equinoxes. That'll be a sweet last summer drive for any adventure. And if you want a certified pre-owned Chevy or any pre-owned vehicle, All-Star is loaded up. Silverados, Corvette Stingrays. If it's not here, just ask Jeff and he'll find it for you. And Jeff and Kevin told me to thank all of you who are bringing your cars and trucks here to sell. You could get a check today for some crazy good money. Remember, it's not South Haven, not Mount Moriah or Bartlett or Collierville. It's gotta be Olive Branch, people. So find new roads to All-Star Chevy today or go to allstarautogroup.com.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roof Services. If you need a new roof for your home or business, we hope to hear from you and will work hard to earn your business. We are experts and certified in residential and commercial roofing, siding, and gutter installation. I have been serving the Memphis area for over 20 years, and now with two of my sons working with me, we plan to be here for years to come. So if you need a roof, please give us a call. On a personal note, what a great time it is to be a Memphis sports fan. With the Grizzlies and the Redbirds and 901 FC, not to mention Tigers football and basketball, it's going to be a fun year. Thanks to Coach Silverfield and Coach Hardaway and their staffs for their dedication to the student and athletes, the University of Memphis, the City of Memphis, and us fans. Five Ash Roof Services, a proud partner of the Memphis Tigers and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. Five Ash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
From brilliant to beautiful, we've heard lots of words used to describe the Sissy's Log Cabin experience, but we think one sums it up best: extraordinary. Here, you'll find an unparalleled selection, impeccable service, and an experience that makes you feel like family. Shop online at sissyslogcabin.com or stop by one of our 6 locations. Find your trusted jeweler for a lifetime only at Sissy's Log Cabin, because life's too short for ordinary jewelry.
Now your ideas don't have to wait. Now they have everything they need to come to life. Dell Technologies and Intel are creating technology that loves ideas, loves expanding your business, evolving your passions. We push what technology can do, so great ideas can happen right now. Find out how to bring your ideas to life at Dell.com. Welcome to Now.
It's usually a waste of time to give out a phone number for a business during a radio commercial because the people listening are probably in their car, and that's not a great time to write down a phone number. So it's easier to give you something you can remember, and that is BellTavern.com. It's that simple. And BellTavern.com doesn't just give you the hours for Bell Tavern, Memphis's best old-school bar. It also shows you the insane collection of signature drinks and mouth-watering pictures of the spectacular food at Bell Tavern. The next time you're done driving, check out BellTavern.com, and then get back in your car and go there.
Nothing says summer like an ice-cold Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Smooth, refreshing, real brewed tea with 5% alcohol. Look for Twisted Tea in the bright yellow cans. Keep it twisted!
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Jay Morgan Harder is back at the house because I'm out here at Cherokee Valley Golf Club. It's the 17th annual state qualifying golf scramble. All the proceeds, baby, go to support the FCA in Northwest Mississippi. Oh, my goodness, I get to play a little bit of golf today, and it's also for a great cause. And it's Monday, people. We got football around the corner. Last night, a little Sunday, I watched a little last preseason action. C.J. Stroud looked all right. He looked all right, but he was going against no starters in the Saints. Jimmy Graham, though, did look really good. I don't expect it to be 2013 Jimmy Graham, but he can still go up there, use that big body and that butt of his, box people out. He caught a touchdown pass last night, went down the field. He looked really good. But the thing about this is C.J. Stroud will be the starting quarterback. He's been named the starting quarterback for the Texans. First game of the year, they go on the road and face the Baltimore Ravens. And I'm telling you right now, that wide receiving core is not very good for the Texans. I know they've got Will Anderson. They got a pretty good young defense. I'm looking at right now, you might want to jump on Baltimore minus the 10 early because I still don't think the Texans are going to be all that good. But something that I know is good no matter where I go, that's Central Barbecue. I got downtown. I got Central. I got Summer. I got out east on Poplar, and yes, the new location at Silo Square in North Mississippi. That's right, Central Barbecue is now in North Mississippi, Silo Square. Check it out. Best ribs, pulled shoulder. Don't forget about the pulled chicken. The wings, I like the sweet heat and the dry spice. Barbecue nachos, you can get pulled pork or chicken. Everything at Central Barbecue is straight up fire. Don't forget to go to eatcbq.com and ship that barbecue anywhere in the world. It's time for us to talk about the Tigers on the other side. We got Terry Davis, Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Change. You rearrange me till I'm sane.
Are you ready to conquer the great outdoors? Come in today and gear up with the dependable Suzuki King Quad ATV because there's no rest for the rugged. Its unparalleled combination of power, versatility, and reliability allow you to tackle the toughest terrains with ease. And right now, there are lots of ways to help you hit the trail, including low APR financing and low monthly payments for qualified buyers, discounts for the military and first responders, and more. Roll into Olive Branch Motorsports in Olive Branch, Mississippi, and experience the Suzuki King Quad ATV's unmatched capabilities today.
If you want a great experience, you need to go to Genesis.
Meet Kendall Womble, who shopped several other jewelry stores but ended up at Genesis Diamonds with a bigger, better quality diamond for less.
Based on what I had seen elsewhere, I didn't know that this size diamond would be possible for me to have on my finger.
Are you ring shopping? Genesis Diamonds has one of the nation's largest selections of GIA-certified diamonds at the guaranteed best prices, bar none.
You're going to get the most value for your dollar at Genesis Diamonds. You're going going to get the best customer service in town and probably in the entire state.
And that's what Kendall really loved. The personal attention, the relaxed environment, the no-pressure shopping experience.
This jewelry store was like home. It wasn't walking into corporate America. Nothing's a sales pitch here. It's all genuine. They're like a family.
Genesis Diamonds.
There would be no reason that I could ever think of that you would not go to Genesis first. And if you leave Genesis and try to shop around, you will come back to Genesis.
Memphis's direct diamond importer at Poplar and Perkins Extended.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching your kid how to parallel park. Ouch! Turns out he likes to do it by feel. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, taillights, trunk lids, license plate holders, 122 million parts. Pull up just a little bit. And headlights. They've got lots of headlights. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
You want the hottest summer deals in the Mid-South? We got it at Gossett Kia on the Pike. 41 MPG Highway, we got it in 2023 Kia Forte LXS. $249 a month, $29.99 due at signing. Get SUV action in 2023 Nero EV Wind. 253 miles of EPA estimated range. $292 a month, $49.99 due at signing. Or 2023 Kia EV6 Wind with up to 134 city, 101 highway MPGE. Only $425 a month, $49.99 due at signing. All 36-month leases. Plus, Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Ask for Bobby J. He's ready to put you in a new Kia today. Gossett Kia, 1900 Covington Pike, or online, KiaCovingtonPike.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 650 acquisition fee, 30,000 miles, 20 cents excess mileage. Forte PE 659,993. MSRP 22,540. Nero P501 5237. MSRP 41,390. EV6 P560 3393. MSRP 50,200. Includes all rebates and incentives. Must finance through Hyundai. Excludes tax title and license with approved credit. See dealer for details. Offer valid through 9/5/23. Dealer stock only. Warranties. A limited powertrain warranty. See Kia.com or retailer for details.
Nothing says summer like an ice-cold Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Smooth, refreshing, real brewed tea with 5% alcohol. Look for Twisted Tea in the bright yellow cans. Keep it twisted!
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253 DF Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
But you gotta be willing to take the hit and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you wanna be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Jay Morgan Harder's back in the house because I am out here at Cherokee Valley Golf Club for the 17th Annual State Qualifying Golf Scramble, and the proceeds support, of course, FCA, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, an amazing organization. This is the chapter for the Northwest Mississippi. My man Cecil Sal's out here taking care of business. He used to talk to me all the time on the radio when he was over there at the Touchdown Club. He's out here working with FCA. I see him every single year. We'll probably bring him on a little bit. But it is time to talk a little bit of Tigers with Terry Davis. TD is in the house. But before I talk to Terry Davis, I got to say one thing. You know it's game week, right? That's right. For game week for me means I'm going to be down in Oxford at the Grove. Oh, yeah. Ole Miss, little Mercer. Go see my little baby girl doing a little bit of cheering. And whenever I go down to the Grove, we always got to get new gear. I got to wear white this week. So I went down to Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road. It's down in Olive Branch. Simple, go on in there. You see a big old horsey out front. You know you're at the right spot. They have the largest boot showroom on planet Earth. Work boots, Western boots, hiking boots, you name it, they got it. Have you ever heard of Hey Dude shoes? They got those as well. Plus, they have a ladies' boutique, a children's department, a men's section. They got you dressed from head to toe, styling and profiling. Head on down to Frontier Western Store, down in Olive Branch, 5880 Goodman Road. If you can't make it down there, don't worry. Just go to online to frontierwesternstore.com. You can shop online, very simple. They ship your order out within 24 hours, so it arrives extremely quickly. Plus, all orders of $75 or more are shipped absolutely free. Frontier Western Store and frontierwesternstore.com. TD, what up, homie?
Man, it is what it is. How you living?
Man, I'm living large, brother. I ain't going to lie to you. So, just a good little recap. I did a little Chris Stapleton, a little Tennessee whiskey on Thursday. Woo-hoo. Hit up the Doobie Brothers with a couple of real good buddies of mine on Friday night. You know I got down on some college football all day long, all day strong on Saturday because I didn't even wake up till 12 o'clock Saturday after 2 concerts back-to-back. And then yesterday, I played 2 baseball games. And you know what I'm doing today? I'm playing golf. You know what I'm doing on Friday? Playing golf. On Saturday, guess what I'm doing? I'm going to Oxford for a little football. And then on Sunday, I'm going to see my grandkids. Damn, I'm busy.
Man, you never invited me to play golf, man. What's up with that?
You know what? Because you got me there. I don't usually invite people to golf because they usually invite me to golf. I'm not really I'm not the dude who's like always playing, but I have this one thing that I can't ever do. I just don't know how to say no to a good time. And if dudes are like, hey, man, you want to go play a little golf? I'm like, sure, let's do it.
I feel you, my brother. I feel you. Hey, do what you got to do. If it's free, it's for you. I feel you.
That is the truth. Hey, we'll get out there and do a little golfing. Now, I got to ask you a major question. What in the heck was happening today?
All right, they had 2 press conferences at the University of Memphis. The first press conference was the president and, Hargrove and Larry Beach. They basically was telling you they was addressing the conference realignment and talking about the stadium issues. So, in a nutshell, basically, they want the city to look, tell us how much money we get and tell us what we're going to get. Basically, that's what they wanted on that. And on conference and realignment, it was a bunch of, just political stuff just trying to say, look, we want to go somewhere, but we ain't going nowhere for the most part.
Sounds like, in a nutshell, that's what was going down today. I was kind of curious. I'm glad that you were over there taking care of business. Did you hear from Ryan Silverfield?
Yes, he came on later. Then he gave us, who the starting punter and stuff, and everybody's going to be. And he gave us his spiel. And, even though everybody knows Memphis should be Bethune from about 35, he said it's the most important game, But basically, it's about the people, Memphis need to do what they need to do. And this season should feature more playmakers than in past seasons. But only time will tell if that's going to happen.
Now, I'm hearing, and again, you hear a lot. I also heard Vanderbilt was going to be one bad mamma jamma, and they're just going to roll up Hawaii and watch out for Clark Lee and Vandy, and they should have lost to Hawaii this weekend. That was that's a tough one if you're a Vandy fan. That was a bad football game this weekend. Now, everybody, though, is also telling me, and I'm hearing that this defense is going to be much, much better. They got more speed in the secondary, linebackers, defensive line. Like, they just brought in a bunch of transfers. Is this defense going to be one of the better defensive units in the American?
As long as the offense don't put them in bad situations and turn the ball over, this defense will probably be a top 20 defense. That's just how good and deep this defense is. As long as they stay healthy, but on paper, to start the season off, defensive backfield is going to be pretty stout, which is going to allow the linebackers to do a little bit more blitzing, and which will put more pressure on the quarterback. So if they do what they need to do, less than the top 20 ranking in defense category would be a disappointment.
Man, it would be a big disappointment. Right now, thinking about Tigers kicking things off, the ticket sales, the whole situation, new things that they're doing at Tiger Lane. I feel like the Tigers are trying to do everything. I know a lot of people out there, like my good buddy Al Bloodworth. He is so fired up about the new steps they're doing at Tiger Lane. He's going to be out there at all the games. He's he played tight end at Memphis, of course. Just loves the university. Do you feel that though, coming from the rest of the community? Only 11,000 season tickets sold. Do you think that, when Boise State's playing and everything, that they're going to be able to pack that junk out?
If the Tigers go 3-1, or if they go 4-0 and beat Missouri, by the time they get to Boise State, they'll have 40,000 there. Because one thing we all know about Memphis loves a winner.
We support a winner.
They support a winner. If they 3-1 going into the Boise State game, I'm pretty sure they will have a pretty good crowd for that game. And that's probably be a 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock game, depending, because Boise out west. So that might be a good PSPN2 primetime game too.
Do you think Seth Hennigan takes yet another step forward?
It all depends on his wide receivers, man. I think the offensive line gonna come through from this year. last year he had a bunch of guys that dropped balls, and he had to improvise. So if his receivers catch the balls on the first target, I think they will make him do well. And will probably go between 4,000 and 5,000 yards this year, which would be a record, and he'll come close to, being the top 3 passer in Memphis history.
Now, Cade Priesthorn, the unbelievable tight end from the University of Memphis, is now playing down in Oxford. They got anybody to step in and fill his shoes?
Yeah, you don't know until you know. They got 3 guys out there playing the position, but you ain't going to know because, Ryan don't want to admit it that it was a big hole left, but Cade Priesthorn, that guy was a beast. He came out of nowhere. He developed well. That's why he's at Ole Miss, and he will be missed. But it's going to take a couple games for us to really know if they got a tight end to replace that guy, or even 1 or 2 to do the things that he does, blocking and receiving on that type of level. Because one thing about a tight end, they chain movers. And when you're in a tight situation, they're going to move the chain for you. And that's what you need in a good tight end, help move the chain.
Man. Football's back, baby. I'm ready for a little football action. I can't wait. This weekend was a lot of fun. Preseason's now also behind us. NFL is about to be around the corner. All things are looking good. But I got to switch over to a little basketball, man. Malco is back. What you think?
What I've been saying all year. What I've been saying.
You said he was coming back. You said he was coming back for sure.
Yeah. And that answers another one of your questions. So Memphis should be ranked top 25 in everybody's preseason poll, with or without DeAndre coming back, if he makes it.
I was going to say, I saw, there's a couple preseason polls that have come out. The one that came out today that I was looking at didn't have Memphis in the top 25. I feel like that has a lot to do with Dre. Dre comes back in this team. I mean, this team immediately shoots up in the top 15, don't they?
Top 15 because they'd be one of the most experienced teams in the country. And then with that schedule they have out, it's not like they're playing a bunch of fantasies, coming up. But, the schedule they have, especially going to the Bahamas in the home schedule.
Yes.
It's gonna be a really good game. It's gonna be a really good schedule. And if you're a Tiger fan, get on the bandwagon early, because that's gonna be a good team to watch.
Yeah, I think Tiger basketball is something that is going to be awesome. Now, gotta also say, man, I don't care what anybody says. I kind of like this year. I'm looking forward to the Grizzlies. Jaren Jackson Jr. is about the most efficient player right now on the USA team over at the FIBA World Cup. My dude has not missed a free throw. I think he's only missed 2 shots that he's attempted during the last 2 games that he's played. He's blocking shots. He is just very, very efficient on this team and giving them everything they need. And again, his touch around the rim, it just looks beautiful.
I love Taylor Jenkins. And I love Taylor Jenkins.
Yeah, I love some Taylor Jenkins, but, man, Steve Kerr got him playing some damn good basketball right now.
That dude, he knows how to get the best out of players. And that's the difference between a good coach and a great coach, especially a great coach on that pedigree, because he has gotten the most out of Jaren, for this situation. Because, you're playing with a bunch of all-stars. So, he has gotten a lot out of Jaren, things that you would not have seen Jaren do consistently. And he's been able to keep Jaren out of foul trouble for the most part.
For the most part. Now, Taylor Jenkins, I feel like this season, he's not going to have to worry about Dylan Brooks just jacking up some crazy threes. Now, he's playing down in Houston. You bring in, of course, Marcus Smart. You got a former Defensive Player of the Year in him. You have Jaren Jackson Jr. also. I think the defense isn't going to miss a unit. Of course, we know what Ja does, especially in the fourth quarter when he comes back from his 25-game suspension. Desmond Bain's insane, man. He can stroke the three. He can get the rock. He plays some D. I'm loving everything. The one thing that just always keeps coming back to me, and my concern is how healthy is Steven Adams going to be? Because right now I feel like, with everybody, overlooking the Grizzlies, if they come in and they have healthy season and play as a unit, watch out. The sky's the limit.
You're absolutely right. Steven Jackson, he may not get the accolades or the respect or anything else from the national media, but for an order to Memphis be a contender for the Western Conference Finals, he had to be in the lineup. He had to be healthy. Did you see the video when he was playing basketball with the young? It was on Twitter or something. It was so funny, and I think he's back playing basketball, which is a good thing because at first he wasn't even out there doing that. So just seeing him out there on video playing with the kids like that and playing basketball shows that he's getting closer to being healthy.
Oh, my goodness. Basketball, football, everything's going good. I got to ask you, though, man, are you hearing all the news about your Steelers this year?
I'm blocking out the noise, man. We just trying to be the best who we can and just trying to win one game at a time and go from there. Yeah, open up with a hard one with 49ers. They're just trying to one game at a time. And let the chips fall where they may and just stay as healthy as we can be, period.
First game of the year, though, I felt almost bad for the Steelers. I mean, I think this is going to be a fascinating football game. First game of the year, they got to play the 49ers, man.
Which a lot of people picking to go to the Super Bowl.
Yup. I mean, how can you not over that NFC, which everybody seems like they've taken a step back except for the 49ers. Now, got to ask you, though, healthy, you got Watt. He's going to be healthy. Everything looks healthy. Kenny Pickett's making mad strides. They're becoming a nice little sleeper pick. A lot of people are thinking the Steelers are going to make a lot of noise. But, man, that is one of the toughest divisions I've ever seen in my life because you look at the AFC North, you got Lamar Jackson who got his bag. He's got weapons this year. He's got speed on the outside. The Bengals, Joe Burrow, he's going to be healthy. You know T. Higgins. You know Jamar Chase. You know Tyler Boyd. It's just Cincinnati's built top to bottom. We're curious about Cleveland. They're going to have a good defense. They went out there and got Amari Cooper. Is Deshaun Watson going to go back to the quarterback he was when he was a Houston Texan before all the, Instagram models for massages and all that good stuff? I mean, Cleveland could be right there. AFC North, toughest division in football.
Toughest division in football, man. And all four of those teams going to be vying for the playoffs. But even last year, the Browns, as bad as they were, they still had 8 wins, and they're going to be much better this year. And the Steelers, with Kenny Pickett, they were okay last year, but with the addition of the weapon Calvin Austin, a lot of people take for granted that the special teams, if he continues to put them in a short field situation, and keep the defense off the field, and Kenny Pickett does what he needs to do and be a game manager and just hit all his receivers. But it's gonna be a fun year, man. It's amazing. It's gonna be week 1 and next week, and it's gonna be over before you know it.
10 days before the NFL kicks off, I am so freaking excited. Now I got to ask you, bruh, your Reds, man, They are scratching. They are crawling.
They're going runs, and they can't do relief pitching.
Man, they are right now, though. It's crazy. And by the way, that Arizona series to me was one of the craziest baseball series, Cincinnati and Arizona. The things that you saw from the balk that gave the Reds the win one night, the one where Ellie De La Cruz throws a 100-mile-an-hour strike to the catcher and stops Corbin Carroll from an inside park home run. It was a hell of a series. But right now, when you look at it, man, they're 1.5 games back for that final wild card spot with Arizona. The problem is Cincinnati's been playing about 500 ball over the last couple of weeks, where Arizona has just really kicked it up a notch. Do you think your Reds can hold on and maybe get that last wild card spot?
30 games left in the regular season starting today. If you can go 18-12, you'll get in. It's going to be a dogfight to the last week of the season, and I'm looking forward to every game.
I love it. One other thing I wanted to ask you, is there anybody right now that, I mean, in the National League, though, it's right now, though, it's all about the Braves and the Dodgers, right?
Correct.
Man, they are filthy. I mean, when you look at the 4 MVP candidates in the National League, over out in L.A., you got Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman. The other two are Ronald Acuna and Matt Olson, both playing for the Braves. It's just wild how these 4 guys are putting their teams on their back and just carrying them. But the other thing is the Braves. Did you know their run differential, they're plus 219 this season?
But you know what happens is the start of postseason? They eliminate all that. It's 0-0. You got to do it.
It's the truth.
And that's one thing about it. You can win the regular season. Ask those Mariners won all those games and didn't get to the World Series. It all changes when you get to the playoffs.
It does change, but I will say the way that this Braves team has been hitting the ball, and not just hitting the ball, hitting home runs. Eddie Rosario is having a hell of a season in ripping the cover off the baseball. Marcell Ozuna has found, you just throw away April, my man has got his home run stroke back. Austin Riley, Michael Harris is hitting the ball. Ronald Acuna, Travis d'Arnaud when he comes in and plays in a catcher. I mean, I'm just looking at this Braves team, and I'm just like, damn, from top to bottom, 1 through 9, getting outs is very difficult for a pitching staff. But, man, baseball, football, everything's going down.
It's crazy, man. I'm just waiting for postseason started this going to be one of the better postseasons. Like, no one saw the Phillies coming out and did what they did last year out of the postseason. So, Major League Baseball, man, it's all about being hot at the right time. And if you hot at the right time, got the hot pitching, that's the only thing that matters.
That is the truth. Hey, TD, man, you are the best. Tell everybody what you're working on. You can find his work at the Tri-State Defender. You can follow him on Twitter at TerryD515 and listen to him every single Monday right here, usually at the 11:30 spot. What you working on, TD?
Tiger football. Hey, one more thing. Are you up or down in your betting for this weekend?
Oh, my gosh. Okay, so I was 0 for 3 in my first 3 plays on Saturday. But hold on. I lost the Ohio game because they knocked out Curtis Rourke. That was going to be an easy win. I'm a lunatic and took freaking Navy because I thought, hey, going across the pond, nobody travels better than Navy, right? Stupid play. What was the other one that I lost that I thought was just so stupid early on Saturday? I can't even remember. I was so – oh, yeah, it was UTEP against Jacksonville State. So I started out 0-3. 0-3, came all the way back to where I am literally back to even. The play that got me all the way back, though, I went over in the USC game over 66.5. I went over in the Hawaii Vanderbilt and got 2 of them back. And then last night, I took the Texans because they were playing their starters against the Saints, and that was one scary game to get back to even, especially with the fact that I can't believe I was betting on a preseason football game. But I was hard up last night, man.
Well, I'm glad you're breaking even, man. I'm glad you're breaking even. Better than being down.
That's the truth. Hey, Terry, he's never down. I call him. He's got the Care Bear stare. Listen to him. Follow him on TerryD515 and read his work at the Tri-State Defender. Be blessed and enjoy the week, my friend.
Talk to you later.
That is Terry D. Now, I got to tell you one thing that I know I'm going to be enjoying. To be honest with you, it's a beautiful Monday. Sports are back. Y'all know I love a little bit of Tito's. It's the number one spirit, I feel, period, anywhere you go. Tito's handmade vodka is the best vodka because it's crafted and distilled right here in the United States down in Austin, Texas. It is 100% gluten-free. It is 6 times distilled, then stilled in classic copper pots, giving it a very unique flavor, slightly sweet with that black pepper note, balancing everything out. Doesn't matter if you're crafting a cocktail or you're drinking it neat. Get your Tito's on today. And always remember, if life hands you lemons, don't freak out, don't fret, don't stress. Just make a lemon drop. Make sure it's with Tito's handmade vodka. On the other side, it's time to go to some Hardwood where it feels so good. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11 here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Visit Frontier Western Store today for new shirts and boots. Frontier is your top Carhartt store in the Mid-South. There's thousands of in-stock shirts and jeans. They have the classic K87 pocket tee in every color they make, including new ones just released. Available small to 4X. Want new jeans? Frontier has you covered with super tough work denim by Carhartt. And you've got to check out their selection of Ariat jeans for men, women, and children. You'll love how easy it is to find the size and style you need. Have you seen Frontier's remodeled world-famous boot showroom? It continues to expand. New styles by Ariat just arrived, plus plenty of in-stock proven classics too. Whether you need work or dress boots, trust that Frontier's the place to come. See thousands of pairs of Ariat boots and thousands more by Dan Post, Corral, Durango, Rocky, Twisted X, and others. And Frontier's pricing is lower than online and chain stores, so you know just the local shop to visit. Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road in Olive Branch, and on the web at frontierwesternstore.com. Locally owned and operated since 1967.
Attention, everyone. Family Leisure needs your help. clearing out their inventory. Let me say that again. Family Leisure is needing your help to clear out their inventory. And to do so, there are tons of great deals throughout the store. For example, all do-it-yourself pools are $1,000 off. Special 24-foot round pools for less than $2,000. Select play gyms, only $18.99. Hey, if you need patio furniture, they have patio furniture that's now up to 30% off. Spas are in stock. They're up to $1,200 off. Now listen up, because I'm only going to say this once. 24 months, same as cash financing, is now available through this sale. Family Leisure needs your help clearing out their inventory, so come and do your part at Family Leisure. Whitten Road and I-40, where family and fun come together.
We're in the break room at a traditional jewelry store here. Hey, Mark, I know it's our job here to try and sell every piece of jewelry, but don't sell this ring. I'm going to try to use my employee discount to buy it for my wife.
Okay, but you know you can get a better deal at Genesis Diamonds.
Genesis Diamonds? Are you crazy? Better not let the boss hear you.
All I'm saying is I got a pair of diamond stud earrings there for my wife and paid a lot less than what we charge here, even after my employee discount.
Wow, really? You never know who you'll see shopping at Genesis Diamonds. With no middleman pricing on the best selection of diamond rings, earrings, pendants, bands, and bracelets, it's a no-brainer. I admire your dedication to our jewelry store and not going to Genesis. I know the boss really appreciates her loyalty.
It's just the right thing to do, man.
And it's nice your wife won't mind getting a smaller diamond.
On second thought, can you cover me while I take a break?
Genesis Diamonds, the smart alternative to old-fashioned jewelry shopping. With more selection, lower prices, higher quality, stronger warranties, and zero pressure. At Poplar and Perkins Extended.
You want the hottest summer deals in the Mid-South? We got it at Gossett Kia on the Pike. 41 MPG Highway, we got it in 2023 Kia Forte LXS. $249 a month, $29.99 due at signing. Get SUV action in 2023 Nero EV Wind. 253 miles of EPA estimated range. $292 a month, $49.99 due at signing. Or 2023 Kia EV6 Wind with up to 134 city, 101 highway MPGe. Only $425 a month, $49.99 due at signing. All 36-month leases. Plus, Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Ask for Bobby J. He's ready to put you in a new Kia today. Gossett Kia, 1900 Covington Pike, or online, KiaCovingtonPike.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 650 acquisition fee, 30,000 miles, 20 cents excess mileage. Forte PE 659,993. MSRP 22,540. Nero P 501,5237. MSRP 41,390. EV6 P 560,3393. MSRP 50,200. Includes all rebates and incentives. Must finance through Hyundai. Excludes tax and license with approved credit. See dealer for details. Offer valid through 9523. Dealer stock only. Warranties. A limited powertrain warranty. See Kia.com or retailer for details.
College football fans, DraftKings Sportsbook is hooking you up with a can't-miss offer to start the season. New customers can bet just $5 on college football and score $200 in bonus bets instantly. Anything can happen in college football. The only thing that's a lock is the great offers from DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the code ROAM. New customers can score $200 in bonus bets instantly when they bet just $5 on college football. That's code ROAM only on DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be present in state where lawful to wager. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, 21 plus, age varies by jurisdiction, void in Ontario. See dkng.co/football for eligibility, terms, and responsible gaming resources. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions to apply.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 9 to 11 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhelge and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop here on Sports 56. Real sports talk.
Listen each and every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. and join Ottawild Presbyterian Church for worship. Ottawild is a PCUSA church located in Midtown Memphis.
4.9-liter V8, 0 to 60, and I'm about to find out.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Jay Morgan Harder's back at the house, man, and I've been busy because I'm out here at the 17th Annual State Qualifying Golf Scramble, which is held every year out here at Cherokee Valley Golf Club. All the proceeds go to support the FCA in Northwest Mississippi. So, again, golf, great cause. The day is beautiful. It's not 1,000 degrees out there. Hopefully I can hit them long and straight. But we got to get into a little bit of hardwood because, you know, it just feels so dead gum good. Jay Morgan, I will say, did you have any Tito's this weekend?
No, I didn't. Did you?
Yes, bro. It was the weekend. How could I not? Last night, man, you know, after my ball games yesterday, a little Tito's just to make me smile. Oh, let's see. At the little Doobie
At the
Brothers
concert, oh, yeah.
Ooh, let me tell you about a little Tito's, man. And I'll tell you one thing. Again, it's 100% gluten-free. I think it's the best spirit in the whole entire world. And it's also crafted and distilled right here in the United States. It ain't no Russian vodka, no French vodka. It's good old USA vodka. So get your Tito's on today. Let's go to Hardwood.
Oh, you want to go to Hardwood right now, John?
Yeah. You want to?
As Hardwood.
A lot's going on. Look, a lot's going on. You know, I messed up. I own that. But, you know, in my defense,
it's okay.
A lot's happening right now.
Yeah, a lot is happening. By the way, you know what I just found out during the break?
What?
You know how I said I was playing golf today?
Yeah.
And Friday?
Yeah.
I'm also playing golf tomorrow, man.
How about that?
Dude, I might actually end up becoming Victor Hovland.
You're going to be like Arnold Palmer when you're done.
$34 million in a year. I'm telling you, man.
Well, Arnold Palmer famously got lots of women, John, and I know what a ladies' man you are, although you're happily in a relationship now. But that's why I would compare you to Arnold Palmer.
Yeah, and I ain't no lady man. I'm not the ladies' man like, what is his name, Rob Schneider? Or what's that other funny
Rob
show, the
Schneider.
ladies' man? Rob Schneider. And there's another
Deuce
one
Bigelow,
where,
European Gigolo.
Yeah, Deuce Bigelow, European Gigolo.
And male
That's
Gigolo,
great.
for that matter.
And male Gigolo for that, yes. Now, I got to talk to you about something crazy. You know, again, we had college football started this weekend. NFL's coming around the corner, starting in 10 days. First game is Thursday, September 7th, I believe. And high school football, though, is in full swing. But did you hear about what happened to a high school football coach in Atlanta?
No, Atlanta, what happened?
He punched one of his players in the stomach on the sideline during the game. The entire ordeal happened to be captured on video. It is a disgusting act. You don't punch a kid in the stomach coming off the sideline.
Wow, John, you've gone soft. You've gone soft, John.
No. Listen, I think
well, all these woke kids. Hey, I'll stand against it then if you won't.
If you're the punching comes from the teammates. You have a teammate punch him in the stomach. Coaches, we got to learn how to, we have to navigate this new world of wokeism.
All these woke kids can't even punch him in the stomach
You tell
anymore.
the tough kids, you want to punch him in the stomach, you go and tell your toughest kid on the team he's not doing his job, and you punch him in the good-gum stomach. No, I'm kidding.
Can't even punch kids in the stomach anymore, John.
Can't even
It's a
punch
shame.
kids in the stomach anymore.
It's a shame.
Yeah, I remember always getting yanked by my face mask. I still miss Mortal Kombat. I loved all the fighting stuff that we did when we were growing up. I think it helped us. But yeah, this man got
We used to hold
arrested.
kids. We used to hold kids down and pee in their mouths.
No, you did. No, he did not.
No, we didn't
not.
do that. We didn't do that.
We did not do that.
We
That's
never did
disgusting.
That never happened.
But they didn't waste time. The Atlanta Public
Can't do
Schools
that
didn't
anymore,
waste
though,
any time. They fired the coach. Now the funny thing is, the guy who actually punched a player, he wasn't even the head coach. He wasn't the head coach. He wasn't even a teacher at the school. He was an assistant coach that wasn't getting paid, that they brought on to help toughen up the kids. So, I think they got the wrong guy, I guess.
Oh, man.
I mean, you know, I hate to say it. It was kind of a weak punch because you punch somebody in the stomach and they're not expecting it. If they don't hit the ground and vomit, did you really punch them that hard?
No, it just means you didn't punch them in the jejunum.
The what?
The jejunum.
Is that a area of the stomach that...
I think it's a part of the stomach that if you punch it, you automatically throw up.
Oh, okay. Dig that. I need to learn exactly where that is.
I think it's somewhere in the stomach.
Like one day, if you ever start talking trash, I can just punch you in the stomach and make... Nah, because I'll throw up if I see people throwing up. Now,
oh, me too, man. I got a weak stomach.
I got a weak stomach,
Oh,
man.
yeah, absolutely.
Do you know that? Did I tell you about? You know, I can't change a child's diaper.
I've never been confronted with such a thing, but I am honestly, mentally, totally there with you.
Yeah, it's very difficult. My oldest daughter used to get so excited when Savannah would soil her diapers because she would come running around and she was like, "Oh, Dad, this is a bad one. You're really gonna puke." But I also did, like I said, I had my children potty trained before any other parent in the history of the world. Do you know how I did this?
Yeah, tell the story. You've told it before.
I told them when they were just old enough to understand what's going on and barely kind of wiggle around that they need to waddle their little butt, take off their diaper, and sit on that little toilet because if they didn't feed their poo-poo, the pooper monster would come and get them in their sleep. And I'll tell you one thing. Nothing like fear to convince a kid to use a toilet. It works, people. Just tell them about the poo-poo monster, that you got to feed him every day or he's going to come and get you at night. You're welcome. Now, also, I got to tell you this. Did you know?
What my advice, John, would be that if your kid doesn't use the facilities, like the toilet, you punch them in the stomach.
No, because that'll get you arrested.
Oh.
Now,
right.
This is definitely going to get you arrested, but I thought this was
have another child punch them in the stomach.
Yes. You're the siblings. Now, you won't believe this, and I don't know how I didn't think of this. I'm a little upset with myself. I guess I'm glad I didn't. But 2 Florida men scammed Uber out of over $1 million.
I saw this story. This is crazy.
This was absolutely, to be honest with you, it was kind of genius.
I don't know if it was, John. They got arrested.
Yeah, but it took the police 19 months, and again, during that 19 months, they got over $1.1 million.
Yeah, but isn't that all fleeting? Like, it didn't last. That 19 months is not that long in the whole grand scheme of things, and they don't have that money anymore.
If they were smart, after 18 months, they would have left the country. They had over $1 million. You know what I'm saying?
What country is your safe haven, or do you not want to tell everybody?
Oh, no, man, because I want y'all to find me.
That's right,
man.
you don't want to.
I'm gonna be
It's
chilling,
a country that
trust
only
me.
rich people know about.
Yes, that's right.
It's called Svenborgia.
How did these guys scam Uber Eats out of over $1 million? Well, here's what they did. They created fake accounts on the Uber Eats app, and they did both customers and couriers. So Uber Eats gives you a $700 prepaid card to make the purchases to complete the customer's order, and then you go and sell them. So they would go and buy $700 worth of things. But then they would also be the person that ordered. They'd be the customer that ordered it, and right after they bought everything, they would cancel all their orders. So guess what? They got to keep $700 worth of that stuff every time because Uber would just cancel it. So they got everything you can imagine. I didn't know that Uber Eats also brought normal stuff because they scammed 27 different Walgreens. They scammed a bunch of grocery stores. They bought tons of prepaid cards, purchased gift cards at all kinds of stores. And again, man, $700 a day, one fake account customer, one fake account courier. Bam, 19 months. It took him, how in the hell does it take 19 months to figure out somebody stole $1.1 million from you? I feel like they're doing a really bad job with their accounting, but they are now in deep trouble, by the way. 21-year-old Trayon Morgan and 38-year-old Roy Blackwood now face charges of organized scheme to defraud, grand theft, and they are now in
what a strange team
trouble. Yeah, a 21-year-old and a 38-year-old. Why is that strange? You're like 27, 8. You're 28.
Yeah, John, but we work together. This is like a weird team to be like doing something like this, right?
I mean, I don't know. I've taken you to a bar before. What if I came up with a great scam when we were sitting there talking with each other? We'd be a good team.
Fair enough, John.
That's right. That's right. Fair's fair.
Fair's
Plus,
fair.
if you're an older guy and you get a young person, you only have to probably give them like 20, 30%. They're going to be happy, and so you keep 70 or 80.
Right.
Because they're young. Yeah, yeah.
That's why. That's why I always ask for 80-20 my way on the front end every time.
Smart man. Have you heard about the new TCU offensive lineman that's 455 pounds, 6'5", 455
Oh, that's nothing
now,
compared to the Florida guy, the big Florida D lineman.
Oh, is he bigger than 455?
I don't know if he actually is. I'll look up how big he is.
Well, let me just tell you something. This guy, though, at 455, you think he wouldn't be able to do anything? I watched his drills they showed on TCU because TCU's playing Colorado in week 1. We're going to see Deion Sanders' team for the first time. But this dude is massive. He's stronger than an ox. And he was just, I mean, he wouldn't let anybody get around him. Defensive end, defensive tackles. He has really quick feet. I was shocked. Holy hell. I didn't think anybody at 455 pounds could actually be able to move. And this dude, he makes other offensive linemen look like little. There's a 330-pound dude next to him, and he looks like, compared to this 455-pound dude, he looks like a little bitty guy, like a little junior varsity dude.
The kid at Florida, John, is 6'5", 435. Desmond Watson, he's number 21. He's a giant.
Damn, man, they're making him bigger and bigger.
They say they had. They got him on like.
What do you think? Hey, by the way, what do you think his nickname is? The 455-pound freshman.
Eats.
No, they call him Big Bubba.
Good nickname.
Big Bubba Brooks. His last name is Brooks, so they call him Big Bubba Brooks. Lord have mercy. Now, did you hear TCU plays Colorado first game of the year? Did you hear what Deion Sanders is doing for his football team in the very first game, how they're coming out?
What are they doing, John?
They're wearing all white unis. He says they got the coolest cleats you've ever seen. He says NFL players all over the country are calling him up because he wants the swag. They say they're the best, freshest looking uniforms you've ever seen. And guess what else? They're all going to come out. Every single player is going to come out wearing shades. So he says, we coming. Deion Sanders, Colorado, they coming.
2 questions, John. Number 1, do you like that? Number 2, do you believe him?
Do I believe him that they're all going to wear shades, white?
Or like that NFL players and stuff like that, or people are calling him up saying they want this stuff?
Absolutely I do. He is prime time. He's the original. Like, nobody marketed himself better than Deion Sanders did back in the day, and he was always looking fresh.
All right, then do you like this?
Even when he was hanging out with MC Hammer and had a Jerry curl, he was still looking fresh.
All right, well then do you like this?
I mean, if it was any other coach, probably not. But again,
Sunglasses.
This is prime time. If any other coach did this, no. But Deion Sanders is different. Everybody always says, like, you know how I get away with things around the station that most people probably wouldn't get away with?
No, John, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you probably do.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
And the reason is, if any of y'all did those things, you'd probably be in deep trouble and possibly get fired. But everybody just says, oh, that's just Johnny being Johnny. Deion Sanders has got to be Deion Sanders, and he's always about looking fresh, looking fly. And what does he say? Look good, feel good, play good. And he says they're going to look good. He says he's got his boys feeling good. And damn it, he says we coming, and they going to play good. So we'll find out. I like that. Did you have any stories before I quit annoying you?
No, John, I loved it. You talked about some stuff I already saw on the internet too. So I say a job well done on Hardwood today.
Oh, man, that's like one of the sweetest things I've heard in a long time. By the way, the other thing I just wanted to ask you, did you hear about the soccer coach that's now in trouble for kissing his player?
No, what happened there?
You know how the Spanish women's team won the World Cup, right?
Oh, yeah.
And their coach, after the ball game, like when they won it, he went over there and he kissed one of his former players. It seemed like it was not a big deal, but now my man is been suspended. He says he's not going to resign. He's all upset, and everybody's asking for his job. Alex Morgan, of course, from the United States, came out and said she was disgusted by his actions. Again, they're from Spain. Don't Europeans kind of kiss each other?
Yeah, I think so, John. As far as I know, I've never been to Europe, I'm afraid.
I am with you. Well, again, we're out here, the 17th Annual State Qualifying Golf Scramble. I'm out at Cherokee Valley Golf Club, and we are all doing this because the proceeds support an amazing cause, Fellowship of Christian Athletes. It's the FCA and the Northwest Mississippi chapter. Back in 2 shakes to close things out. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Homer Skelton Hyundai Genesis in Olive Branch has an offer you can't refuse. They will pay you to do business with them if you want luxury. And I'm talking the Genesis G70 car. If you would love to have that kind of new technology, they will give you a $1,000 rebate when you finance with Genesis Motor Finance. In other words, they'll pay you $1,000 to do business with them, and you get brand new luxury. You can't beat it. That's Homer Skelton Hyundai Genesis, right at the corner of Craft Road and Highway 78 in Olive Branch. Homer Skelton Hyundai Genesis in Olive Branch, where customer retention is amazing. There's a reason. They take care of you with a team that's been together for a long time. Whether it's finance or whether it's service, you can't beat them. Homer Skelton Hyundai Genesis.
Did you know a percentage of accidents are because people are texting and driving at the same time? If you've been hit by a driver texting and not paying attention to the road, call the law offices of Arthur Horn III. You probably know them for their big cases, but they know your case is big too. Let them represent you. Join the winning team at the law offices of Arthur Horn III. Call today, Arthur Horn III, 901-331-1816. That's 901-331-1816. And please, don't text and drive.
Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company, we have it all. From handmade Amish leather belts, fine and casual clothing, boots, casual boots, work boots, fancy boots, and even safety-toed boots. Lots of cowboy hats to choose from, even Nebo lights, good-looking duck head dress shirts, duck head caps, shorts, and pants. Tons of jeans from Ariat, Wrangler, Devil Dog, and Kimes Ranch jeans. At Hewlett & Dunn, we have a great selection of Old South t-shirts and caps. Fine clothing from dress to casual to Sunday best. Enjoy choosing from UFO's orthopedic-approved shoes. Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company. Boots of every size, every color, every skin. Great quality Western, work, and safety toe boots. Hewlett & Dunn Boots and Clothing Company. 111 North Center Street, Collierville. Hewlett & Dunn. Hewlett & Dunn, serving you and your family since 1961.
Make this the summer sales event is still going strong at Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat on the Pike. Get ready to ride in your new 2023 Dodge Charger SXT. We Gossett $29,990 or $425 a month. Got some hauling to do? We Gossett covered in 2023 Ram 1500 Quad Cab Tradesman 4x4, $39,990 or $579 a month. Or how about some employee pricing from Gossett on all Jeep Gladiators? 2023 Jeep Gladiator Sport 4-door 4x4 now just $669 a month. And if we don't have it, Gossett can order it today. So drive past the rest and come to the best at Gossett on the Pike or shop online at GossettMotorCars.net.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 3500 down, Charger PH 508-657, MSRP 35,930, Ram PN 671,333, MSRP 48,390, Jeep PL 561,602, MSRP 54,655. Must finance through Chrysler Capital, includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax, title, and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month, dealer stock only.
From brilliant to beautiful, we've heard lots of words used to describe the Sissy's Log Cabin experience, but we think one sums it up best: extraordinary. Here, you'll find an unparalleled selection, impeccable service, and an experience that makes you feel like family. Shop online at sissyslogcabin.com or stop by one of our 6 locations. Find your trusted jeweler for a lifetime only at Sissy's Log Cabin, because life's too short for ordinary jewelry.
That is one of those things. When things get too heavy, just call me helium.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Jay Morgan Harder's back at the house. He's all by himself because I'm out here at the 17th Annual State Qualifying Golf Scramble out here at Cherokee Valley Golf Club. Proceeds, of course, take care of the FCA, that's Fellowship of Christian Athletes, their Northwest Mississippi chapter. It is a beautiful day for golf. I'm excited about this. Also, I'm excited for some baseball today. I got a bet for you. Are you ready for this, Jay Morgan? This is exciting.
I'm as ready as I'll ever be, John.
This is what I mean, unless the world is just complete backwards today, you take the Padres minus 1.5. This might be the biggest mismatch of the entire freaking season. Blake Snell, who's pitched to a 2.45 ERA since the All-Star break. He's also one of the favorites now, believe it or not, to win the NL Cy Young Award. You know who's pitching for the Cardinals today?
Waino.
He's 41 years old. He's got an 8.61 ERA. He's 1-9 in the starts this season with the Cardinals. It's basically the AAA team. They can't hit, they can't pitch, they can't play. And the Padres bringing Blake Snell, and you know the Stars. And again, very disappointing season for the Padres. But don't you feel like the Padres go out there and just blow up Waino, and it's going to be a home run contest?
I could certainly see that happening, John. That seems to be Cardinals baseball as of late.
Yeah, they're not all that good. And I don't know if you know this. There's another one I was looking at. Would you do another run line? Would you take the Mariners, who are now first place in the West, minus 1.5 against the Oakland A's?
I don't know much about this pitcher that's thrown. What can you tell me about Woo? Can you woo me on Woo?
Woo-wee, woo. Well, I know he's not all that great. Kyle Muller is also pretty bad. This is just a team that's hot right now, and the Mariners are clearly a hot baseball team. 7-2 in their last 9 home games. They're 8-1 in their last 9 home games against the A's. They got the juice, and they also got the hottest hitter in baseball in Julio Rodriguez. I just feel like, there's 2 easy games minus 1.5. The best game of the day, though, the most interesting one, wouldn't you think that would actually have to be the Milwaukee Brewers against the Cubs today in Chicago?
Yeah, what side do you like?
Man, believe it or not, I don't like either side. I'm kind of scared of this one, but I do kind of like the under. Both, they're playing, the Brewers are playing great baseball. But that offense, which has been cooking, I don't know if they can continue to actually manufacture runs the way they are. Again, they've won 7 of the last 9, but Wade Miley, he's going to get the start. He's been solid. The Cubs they've been one of the top hitting teams since the All-Star break. I don't know. They've regressed it just a little bit. I just feel like this number is begging you to take the over. The wind isn't blowing out today. I kind of like under 9.
I get behind that, John. These two guys both throw the ball well.
And then the other one I was looking at today was the Cincinnati-San Francisco game. San Francisco played late into the night last night. They have been giving up a lot of runs. Last night they scored a ton of runs. But, man, this Cincinnati and San Francisco team both fighting it out for the wild card. I just feel like the speed of Cincinnati in that gigantic ballpark is going to really help them out. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm crazy, but there's 2 promising arms on the bump, and I just trust the Reds' Andrew Abbott. I really do. He's been putting a strong rookie campaign together. And Ellie De La Cruz also plays for the Reds. I'm back in the Reds tonight.
Love it, John.
Oh, what a wonderful time. What'd you say?
I love it.
You love it? Oh, I'm glad. I hope you love the rest of your afternoon. And again, people, thank you so much for listening. I'm going to go play a little golf out here at Cherokee Valley Golf Club. Next year, if you want to be a part of it, reach out. Give a little bitty call to Cecil at 901-409-1927. Again, the proceeds support the FCA in Northwest Mississippi, and you get to play it at a great golf course, which, of course, is Cherokee Valley. Oh, hope you win a lot of money. Baseball is popping very soon. Football is right around the corner. But that's my time. For Jay Morgan, I'm John Harden. Y'all do me a favor. Get out there. Make the world a better place. We're going to see you on the flip side. Peace.